got NBA basketball in store for you here in Houston, Texas, the home of the Rockets. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, we know James Harden hits that step-back three a lot, and Mike D'Antoni says most coaches would think, okay, he had a tough shot, live with it. That's some hard living. But it's one of the most lethal shots in the game. Kevin?
Yeah, with that pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, D.A. There's just no answer. And kind of rare, a battle of the pivot men tonight, Clark. What are some of the traditional things a center you think can still do to help his team win in this era of basketball?
Well, I think there are a number of things. One, you think about taking up space at both ends, being a rim protector defensively, and also quarterbacking the defense from behind the perimeter defenders is one way. And then on the offensive end, banging that glass, setting solid screens, again, using size to take up space and put pressure on the defense.
There'll always be room for the big man in this game, though, don't you think?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about it. His role changes, what all he does changes, but some of the basics never go out of style.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron James is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Green, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Cousins, and at the center locking down the middle.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Gordon with it. Now Green defending. Outside Gordon. It's stolen by Rondo. Green kicks to James. Over Gordon. Rebounded by Tucker.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Back to LeBron. Cousins trying to free himself up. Westbrook with the nice D there.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And good that time.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Here's Westbrook. Softly drops in the floater. Westbrook's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Rondo kicks to Green. Here's Cousins. Trying to get open as Davis. The Rockets pull it in. And Clint Capella with a big pay raise this season.
Well, you forget just how young he is. I mean, this guy is just starting his career. His rookie contract concluded last season, and the Rockets were willing to pay whatever they needed to keep it.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
Stolen by Gordon. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Houston keeps it going, a new 24-second shot clock. Lakers trail by 12. And the wide open shot from Green. Sinks the three-pointer. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Rockets have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. To the middle. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Gordon. And then for Los Angeles, Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Cousins. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Stolen by Harden. Here's Westbrook, and the dunk by Westbrook.
And already already with the commanding lead. A terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Davis passes to Green. James wide open. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off. Boy, and Clint Capella, C-squared, a late first-round pick in 2014, viewed by most as a project, but the analytics community ranked him highly. No surprise then that the Rockets snapped him up and they got a steal. They love the analytics approach.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
And you know James is deadly coming off that pick and roll, but defensively, what do you take away?
The Rockets making a switch here. House is checked in. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And it's checked in for the Rockets. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Pass to Rivers. This one for three. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well. And didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
And McLemore, he's checked in for Bennett. Lakers last season hoped to compete, but that wasn't the case, Clark, as we saw. They'll look to do better this season.
Well, you look at last season, end of the year, 11th in the West, learned about the direction they'll grow as a team, and played at a very high pace, and I can expect Showtime to be back in full swing this season and in the coming season.
And Chandler throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
The Lakers making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. Here's Kuzma. Plays it up and banks it in.
Kuzma excellent at using his height and touch to perfection. Very confident player.
Rivers with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, you got to shut these lanes off because Kuzma relishes the opportunity to finish around the rim.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Rockets on top, up 10. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. You know, we have a window.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players Let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
We've got Rivers, also McLemore out there. Chandler out there with Gerald Green, and it's House and at the 4 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And Green gets it to go. Clark, when you played, you were dominant inside. Are you surprised at how perimeter-oriented the game now has evolved into?
No, not really, Kevin, because of the three-point line and what it means. The game was created as a game of putting the ball in the basket. Initially, it was by getting the ball as close as you could to the basket with big guys or drives, and now with the three-point line, shooting has become a premium, and it's really one of the great elements of the game for me, and I love the way folks are playing it now.
Defensive rules have sure made a big difference in this game, haven't they?
Yeah, great point.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Timeout called the Lakers.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
Rondo passes to Kuzma. Over Rivers. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Kuzma's got 8.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Kicks it out to Harden. With the teardrop and the rejection by Cousins. Here's Caldwell Pope. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and three-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same three-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition.
And the Rockets making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. Lakers trail by 11. Rondo looking over the floor. Here's Cousins. That 3 off the mark. Houston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. To the middle. And the dunk by Capella.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Bradley finds Cousins. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Baseline try, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket of the game.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
And the Lakers making a change here. Davis is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. LeBron comes in for Caldwell Pope. Danny Green, he's checked in for Bradley. And Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And it's Capella missing.
Boy, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from James.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
Outside Westbrook. Lays it up and banks it in. Westbrook's got 4 this quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And the Lakers call time here. Well, this is something that Kobe has said in the past with the Lakers organization. It is championship or bust.
Well, I think you need that type of culture and mentality to have a chance to win championships. I believe the Lakers have done a good job of maintaining that mentality throughout the years.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Los Angeles shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. That one misses for Davis. Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? You know, guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category, Kevin. It's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He gives great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides that and plays with such an exuberance and joy. You know, Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come to mind.
Yeah, great example. JaVale McGee's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free, and they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Rockets leading by 9.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Well, you're maximizing your possessions. That's the critical thing here, and they've got to make sure the timing is right, though.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Loads it up for Davis. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 14 points.
Oh, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass, and because of that, he can hurt you on the boards.
9 seconds left in the first half. Another miss by Houston. And Green launches it from deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Houston Rockets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA halftime. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Tonight isn't an exception, as looking back at his last few games, he's been stringing together some incredible performances. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. This led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. Now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that does it for our halftime.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last 2 quarters, but I'd love to see him try.
So for the Lakers right now, Rajon Rondo is out there with Green, and it's LeBron James. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Davis in at the power forward. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got the first bucket of the third here for Houston.
Well, you know, one of the things about Mike D'Antoni is that he's an excellent offensive mind, but he gives his players so much confidence. His defensive reputation is not as strong, but with the Rockets last season, they actually were a lockdown team at times. D'Antoni answering those critics about not being a defensive-minded coach.
Tucker with the ball, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Count it. Capella's got 16 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Cousins. LeBron outside. Lakers working the ball around now. Davis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And D'Antoni back in the catbird seat after some difficult seasons with the Knicks and the Lakers.
Yeah, I love Mike D'Antoni. Love how he comments and interacts with the media and how he handles his team. He's got a team committed to shooting the long ball, and he gives his players a lot of freedom and confidence.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Green. Westbrook kicks it to Tucker. And stolen by James. And oh, he jams it right over Clint Capella. Wow.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And that was an unleashed chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. And the Lakers call time here.
You know, James Harden, the leading isolation scorer in the league for the last 3 years plus. He's taken it to a whole new level, almost 12 points a game in isolation in 2018. And his efficiency, the best in the game, is off the charts.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from LeBron.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Tucker, the pass to Westbrook. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots. And it's interesting, isn't it? Isolation, one-on-one basketball has lost favor league-wide, but Harden flips that logic on its head.
Yeah, it can still be a little frustrating to watch at times, Kevin, but it reminds me a bit of the way that Steph Curry changed the definition of a good shot, his deep range and marksmanship from long distance. Now more and more players are shooting it from that deep. Harden is changing the definition of a good possession because he's just so talented at making the toughest shots look easy.
Off target from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now here's Kuzma, guarded by Tucker. Back to Kuzma. And Capella sends it back.
Over a 7'4" wingspan for Clint Capella. That's long, folks, and makes him an intimidating shot blocker.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And in their own words, the Houston Rockets obsessed with beating the Warriors.
Couldn't quite get over the hump in the Western Conference Finals, but they gave the Dubs everything they could handle. Hopefully a rivalry that will continue to excite fans for seasons to come.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Westbrook finds Harden. Lets it go with the 3. Good on the triple. Harden's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Pass to Kuzma. It's tipped. It's stolen by McLemore. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. is his first foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Green comes in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. Avery Bradley comes in for Caldwell Pope.
Now that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. It's not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both.
McGee, the pass to Rondo. It's stolen by Rondo. Got that bucket in no time at all. Kuzma's got 11 points.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Offensive rebound. Chandler kicks to McLemore. Hits it from three-point range. McLemore's got his second basket.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
1:29 left here in the third quarter. Rivers against Rondo, 11 feet away, and again the Rockets good for two. 1:16 left in the third quarter of the game. The drive by James, and James throws it down hard.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Now here's Rivers. He's got 6. On the wing, Green. Just 5 on the clock. The pass to McLemore. And another 3 for Houston.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Here's James, and James throws it down hard.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty, an incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
And stolen by Kuzma. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Fires the 3. That one's not going to go. And it's Houston the other way.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
LeBron against Green. Clock at 6. He kicks to Rivers. From 10 feet out, it doesn't go for him. And so it's Houston. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Way to fight, guys. Way to fight. That's all it is. That's all it is.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 13-point lead. Chandler out there with Gordon. And it's Rivers, and it's Green, and it's Capella in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And the foul on Avery Bradley. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. And the Lakers also making a change. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Bradley.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. A one-hand hole punch.
The drive by Green. Here's Capella. Passes to Rivers. A floater. McGee with the block. But they recover it. This one for 3. Another miss by Houston. Lakers trail by 8. Davis kicks to Kuzma. Pass to Green. To the paint. Here's McGee. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
For 3. Tucker can't get it to go.
Boy, awful defending, really. But in the end, they dodged a bullet. They can't let shooters get clean looks from outside.
Rockets leading by 6. Inside, Rivers. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Rondo finds Davis. And oh, he jams it right over Clint Capella. Wow.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal. Has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
Rivers against Rondo. A 15-footer. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Houston. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. James Harden, he's checked in for Gerald Green. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Houston in the lead. Now Westbrook. Good for his 9th make and just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And they needed that. Their lead is getting smaller by the minute.
Yeah, I agree with you. Good possession there. They had to stem the tide of this comeback a little bit, and I think they did with that play there.
And this offensive explosion has narrowed the gap.
Almost happened too late, partner. I mean, their offense didn't come alive until they were nearly out of it, but it is alive now.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And the basket by Gordon.
Aaron Gordon has a knack for scoring in big spots of the game. Well done, E.G.
James dishes to Davis. Count the basket and the foul. That's on Clint Capella.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
And their greatest enemy during that comeback was the clock, but they can finally stop worrying about time and start thinking about how to win this thing now.
From deep, Harden. Rebound the Lakers. Cousins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's LeBron. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 26 points for LeBron.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
The Lakers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in and finished off by LeBron.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Another miss by Houston.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the fourth, that would have been a big bucket for them.
Rondo passes to Cousins. Stolen by Westbrook. And let's Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Los Angeles.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Davis.
And when James gets going, there's no stopping him. Just a dynamite scorer who feels he can get any shot he wants.
Here's Harden. The offensive rebound. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Capella.
So good to see the role players stepping up in big moments. That's a big basket for Frank Capella.
Here's Kuzma. It's in!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Green against Harden. Kicks it to Westbrook. Back to Harden. Shoots from 14. Second chance shot. It's deflected.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
Oh, and he quieted down the crowd with that shot. Big, big play.
And that was a punch in the gut to those fans.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Harden, no good.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
It's the first. That makes it a 7-point lead.
And really, even at this stage of his career, James just seems ageless. He continues to dominate night in and night out.
To the right side. And McLemore kicks to Bennett. Pass to Rivers. House dishes to Rivers. Offline with his 3. And here's Kuzma. Good.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, LeBron. The spotlight's on you all the time. How do you kind of put that to the side and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just wanted to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight. And, you know, I'm glad we was able to get this win.
Thanks very much, LeBron. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K.